Hello, replay viewers, and welcome back to the Video Marketing Show. I am Amanda Robinson. I am the digital gal, and guess what? Because you are catching this on the replay, you get the advanced information that the live viewers aren't going to get. So, heads up. The super secret word is spectacular. If you take that word, spectacular, and you wander on over to the Digital Gals Facebook page. So if you're watching this on broadcast, you're probably watching this in one of the groups on YouTube, in various different places. If you are watching this on any of those different channels, at some point you're going to want to wander on over to the Digital Gals Facebook page, facebook.com/thedigitalgal, and enter in that super secret keyword. And you'll have an opportunity to chat with my BF, my bot friend, not my boyfriend, my bot friend, and you'll be able to get a nice little special gift sent to you in the mail. So, super secret word is spectacular. Drop that on any post on the Digital Gals Facebook page and enjoy the magic that happens in Messenger. So, that's my little gift to you of the replay viewers. Now, on to the live viewers. So, everyone who's popping on and watching this live, I can see we've got folks coming on here. So, let me pull up, as you know I like to do. Let me pull up the chat here. So if you are throwing comments in, I'm going to be able to see them. I want you to say hi. I want to know who's here. I want to be able to say hello back to you. So let me pull my little logo down here so we can see those comments as they come through. And in the meantime, I also want to give a giant shout out. We already had a winner of the Kate Spade Digital Gal Pink Kate Spade bag that went to Shannon. We had the winner of the Facebook portal that went to Daryl. And those have all been shipped out and sent. So if you have Maverick, if you are not, so I can see Maverick's posting spectacular, you will need to go and post that super secret keyword over on the Digital Gals Facebook page. So if you're tuning in on Facebook, if you're on the Digital Gals Facebook page, type that in, see what happens. And it's good to meet you, Maverick. I'm glad to see you here. All right, and keep those coming. In the meantime, I'm going to jump us into the intro, and we will get this party started on today's episode of the Video Marketing Show. And today's show is being sponsored by Restream. We have someone, R. Russell is saying he was watching on the Facebook channel prior to the vid. Well, here we are. We're finally here. And I guess I should mention, this is being sponsored by Restream. Restream is what I'm using for this beautiful live studio that we get to use today. That's what allows me to bring up your comments like this and bring up your comments like this. By the way, super secret keyword right there. And we have Evie in the house. Evie, I get so excited every time you're on my live stream. I was just watching you and Mike Vardy on your live streams talking about ClickUp. And Mike is the productivityist. He is amazing. And seeing Mike and Evie team up to talk about productivity tools, that was pretty awesome. So I'm glad I got to catch some of your live stream earlier. It's good to see you here. I'm glad everybody's popping on. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about the anatomy of a video ad. So this is the Video Marketing Show. I teach, eat, breathe, and sleep everything Facebook advertising. We've got Carmen is in the house. Carmen, it's great to see you. I do everything Facebook advertising. Now with Facebook advertising comes video ads. Video ads and video production and video content is absolutely critical to the success of your marketing plan. So if you're not already using video, then you're definitely going to want to start using video. Hi, Evie. I'm really glad I had the chance to pop on. I love that we get to see some we get to see some familiar faces popping in here live. And Angie, thank you. So yes, if you do go over to my Facebook page, type in that super secret keyword, and you talk to my bot and you get your special little gift that I send to you in the mail, handwritten and everything, then you do have the chance to add these items or add these shows onto your calendar, just like Angie, so that she can get the notification when these shows are going live. I've got 2 shows that I do. One is the Video Marketing Show, which you are on right now, and where we talk about everything video marketing related. I also have another show called What in the Ads is Going On, and that's where I dig into all the chaos of Facebook ads and online advertising and helping you make some sense of that. So both of those shows I just drop crazy amounts of information because if video is your jam and you want to soak up video content, you're definitely going to want to sign up for those. If you want a chance to enter the contest, by the way, to get on that email list, then you're going to go to, I'm just going to type this in, thedigitalgal.com/contest. There you go. I just dropped that into the comments. So you'll be able to check that out. Let me pull this up right here. I love this Restream Studio. I love how easy that is. How I can just type it in. I can bring it up onto the screen. I can see your chat on the sidelines. This is what I love. All right, so let's wander on over. I'm going to pull that down. Let me wander on over here. So let's have a small little conversation, shall we, about video and how critical video content is to your overall marketing plan. So there's all sorts of different types of video. You have live video, you have uploaded video, you have video ads that you can be doing. You could be doing video ads on Facebook, for example, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Now, not all no two video ads are the same. Not all video ads are going to be the same, and not all video ads are going to meet your needs. So the first concept I want to bring up here is I want you to take caution. Stop. Do not pass go. Do not collect your $200. We need to keep some things in mind. A little bit of ground rules here. Let me pull that back up here. Nope, that's going to cover that. Boop. So we tend to have this barrier. When I was looking for this graphic, I was actually looking for like a caution barrier, like a hurdle that you had to go over, because we run into this issue that we have video creation where you're getting very creative, you have fantastic ideas, and you want to produce an amazing video that you think is going to sell your product, and you think it's going to be the winning key to success. And you're going to take that amazing video that you have in your mind, and you're going to put some money onto it. You're going to highly produce it. You're going to get help. You're going to script write. You're going to do all those crazy, amazing things. And then you're going to take it over here and you're going to try and put it into ads. Whether you're doing that with YouTube ads, whether you're doing that with Facebook ads, whatever area of the funnel or whatever stage of selling that's falling into, you're generally taking something very creative and you're wandering on over here and going, okay, let's go make an ad. Why isn't it working? And this is what I see a lot of small businesses run into. So this is what we're going to try to do today is we're going to try to bridge the gap between being very creative with your video and having creative ideas and trying to understand what kind of video you need. So we're going to be dissecting the anatomy of video ads so that it makes sense when you start implementing them into your advertising or into your marketing mix. So there's sort of a time and a place for all videos, and we can make those work. So let's just pop back in here to the chat and let's check out your comments here. Neil, it's great to see you. Video ads are so important for my new Facebook page. I've gotten the content, but Facebook is not so easy to navigate for this. So I'm all ears for the topic. Yes. All right. Well, then why don't I just dive into some of the goods right up front, and then we'll pick apart all of the other pieces. And we've got life on YouTube, and Facebook is in the house. It's good to see you. Evening. It's afternoon my time. I'm sitting in beautiful Victoria, British Columbia, and we're finally starting to get the beautiful spring weather. So let me know where you're tuning in from, and I'll pop your comments up on screen. It's good to see everybody popping in live here. So back to that conversation about navigating Facebook ads. So it's great to be able to produce video and use video for your marketing. But yes, you are right. Navigating the Facebook ads platform and getting ads to perform on Facebook, not super easy. So the goods that we're going to get into right there, right up front, you have 3 seconds. 3 seconds is all the time you have to capture my attention span. And when I say my, it's basically everybody. So when people are on their cell phones and they're just cruising on through, scrolling through all of their notifications, you really have 3 seconds to hook their attention span. So if you only have 3 seconds to hook their attention span, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to show a logo? Are you going to show a really long intro? Are you going to take a really long time to get to the point? No, you're not going to do that. You are going to hook their attention span, and you're going to hook it good. And then you can get into what you need to get into with that video. So let's cruise on down here into the comments. We've got Maverick is in California right now. We've got life on YouTube and Facebook. Tell me your name so I know your name associated with your channel. And you're in the UK. So it is evening over there. Very nice. So you're not going to hook people in that very first 3 seconds with your logo that you're plastering front and center across the entire screen and leaving it up there for 5 seconds. And then shifting into this nice, beautiful long intro. I don't care what industry you are in. If you are in, let's use real estate, for example, because I have a real estate workshop that's coming up on the 13th. So that's going to be the theme of the next couple weeks on everything I talk about. So if you want a 4-hour Facebook ads workshop and you're in any type of real estate field, you're going to want to pop into that. You can go to thedigitalgal.com to find out more information. So in that 3 seconds, I see a lot of realtors, for example, doing these long intro video shots with their real estate logo up front. And then it takes you about 10 seconds before you actually get into, okay, what is this video about? You've lost people's attention already up front. So when I look at I'm not coming at this from an opinion. I'm coming at this from all of the analytics, all of the data, all the metrics that I get to wade through and sift through in client accounts, in all the different accounts when people hire me for a consulting call. I get my hands inside the back end of so many different Facebook ad accounts on an ongoing basis, and video is a high volume of the content that we're analyzing. Now, when you're looking at video, there are a couple different tactics you could be using for video. And I have some graphics I'll pull up here in a minute, but I'm on a roll right now with this concept. So what is that video trying to achieve? Now, if we're trying to get that video, if we're using that video as part of your strategy to grow your audiences so that we can grow your warm audience base and create an audience of people that we can retarget with additional content moving forward, video ads fill that gap very well as a very cheap and cheerful option for serving content out there with a video view objective. So getting people to watch past that 15-second mark. I know I said 3 seconds. You only have 3 seconds to hook them, but you got to get them over that finish line of 15 seconds before it's really a good, viable audience to start working with. So your view time counts. And you can create audiences of people that you can retarget based on their view time of your videos on Facebook. Yes, this works very similar across other platforms as well, but we're going to use Facebook as the example for these conversations. So you can create those audiences of people that you can retarget. So the quality of those videos, getting people to watch past 3 seconds, past 10 seconds, past 15 seconds, and then we get into percentages of completion of the video. So watching past 50% completion, 75% completion, up to 95% completion of watch time on that video. What you're going to notice is that every single one of those junctions, the viewers drop off by 50%, by half. So this is the common data that I'm seeing across all accounts. So to get people to go, say you had 1,000 people watch 3 seconds or more of your video, the number of people who are actually going to make it to 10 seconds is going to drop in half. So we're going to go down to 500 people. And then getting that number of people to make it to 15 seconds is going to drop in half again, 250 people. So if we're making a video marketing strategy to be able to grow your audience of people who have watched your videos for any portion of time, to create a warm audience and to retarget them once they've kind of hit that 15-second view time, so we have a much more engaged, a higher likelihood of that audience wanting more information from you, wanting to see more creative and ads from you, then it's a much higher indicator of success. So if we're talking about all of this, how critical these seconds are, absolute seconds are critical. So if we have your logo floating into the screen and taking up the full screen for the first 5 seconds, you've lost everybody. And it doesn't work as well. So I know that branding is incredibly important, but a lot of people are trying to just jam and cram all of their branding, all of their call to actions, everything inside the small little box of a video and trying to get people to watch all of that. Whereas depending on where this video is showing up, you have other elements that are also doing the selling and the talking and the branding for you, such as if you have your Facebook, I use my hands a lot to talk. I'm sorry. I can visualize as I'm doing this. I'm like visualizing a Facebook post with your name up top, your page name up top, your text, your primary text of what you want to say about that, and then the video as the creative inside the ad. So you don't need to rely 100% on that video to do all of the heavy lifting for the branding for you. Leave your brand to the end, push your branding and logo. You can have a subtle logo throughout, but let's push that to the backside. All right, so we've got Justin. Okay, now I can call you Justin. Thank you. Just in time. And you start talking as soon as you go live, not wanting people to come in. And you said your logo on 20 seconds, then start talking. Yeah. And live video and recorded video are going to operate very differently from each other when we're referencing this. So live video, there's a whole other format to that. If you want to learn some more tips and tricks on live video and engaging people, and if you're watching this live, I gave a super secret tip at the very beginning of this for the replay viewers. There's other cool little tricks that you can do in live video to engage your audiences and increase your watch time. If you are using video content as ads and you're circulating them in the ads network to a cold audience of people who don't know you, that gets a little more difficult. And you're saying you pre-record. Smart. Very smart. I love getting all of these tips from other creators because it's so relevant to see what works for other people as well. So let me pull in some more of these graphics. We started with this whole caution. We've got, again, the issue that we're running into is you have creative people who are making creative videos and they want to take those creative videos and then they want to go and push them into the ads platform. And then they sit there going, well, it was a great video. I paid a lot of money for it. I invested a lot of time into this and it kind of flopped. Maybe Facebook ads don't work for me. Well, maybe we just need to rejig the content and develop it with a purpose. So let's talk about some of these factors that go into this. So let's talk about the different kinds of content. Actually, I'm just going to show you a preview of what I'm about to chat through. So we've got the types of content. We have the types of videos. And then we have some of the tools you can use to create it with. And then we have where that falls into the funnel. So there you go. That's all my cards on the table right there. You're seeing everything. I'm going to scoop myself over here. Haha. Okay. So let's talk about the types of content that you're creating. So I do have business owners that come to me and say, Amanda, I would like help with Facebook ads. I'm like, great. I can help you with your Facebook ads. Let's take a look at your content and where that falls into the objective of what you're trying to achieve. So there are different kinds of content. Are you creating a pillar piece of content, such as are you spending the money? Are you creating a piece that has a higher production value? Are you using a professional production house for this? Is it scripted? Is it planned? Is it fitting into the whole framework of where you're at in your sales cycle and your funnel? I got to say the pillar content, it's the more difficult stuff. It's important to have, and why it's called pillar content is that you invest a lot into that piece of content. So you're not only investing money, you're also investing time. So how much time is it taking you? And so the time, the money, the energy, the focus, you're not going to be able to crank that out on a daily basis. You're probably only going to make one, two, a few of those a year, maybe. You're not going to have a giant mammoth amount of pillar content, but those pillar content pieces can do a fantastic job depending on what part of the funnel they're reaching. Say, for example, you're trying to attract a cold audience of people to introduce them to who you are. Pillar content can do a really great job of that. So when we're talking about video, some business owners just get overwhelmed and they think, I don't know how to make video. I don't know what to use. I don't know. Am I going to have to go hire somebody? You don't have to start here. Okay. This pillar content is something that you can work up toward. You can weave it into your marketing plan. Therefore, you can budget for it, work it into your marketing budget. You can then hire a videographer, hire somebody to help you with it. I just lost an earring. And then you have other content such as retargeting content. So I'm going to talk about a little bit of a difference between repurposing content and retargeting content. So repurposed content, if you watch Stephanie Liu, she's got her show Digital Confetti. She teaches you everything that you need to know about taking bits of content or larger pieces of content and chopping them all up and sprinkling them across the web as repurposed content. So you don't have to do the work twice. You basically have done all the work. Now you get to chop it up and repurpose it. This content is generally very cheap and cheerful. It's something that it's basically taking the effort you've already put in and just putting the icing on the cake and then using that as sprinkles across the net. That's great. So that's repurposed content is a format. It's one form of content that you could be using in your video marketing. And if you're already recording those videos anyway, why not? That's on the lower cost. Then we've got retargeting content. So you've done the job at attracting attention onto you. People are getting an idea of who you are. You can easily create content that can retarget these people. They already have some familiarity with who you are. So you don't necessarily have to be as formal. For example, you could take your cell phone and you could record a video of yourself and talk to these people. Use that as a piece of ad content. Get right into it. Video ads where people can actually see your face, connect with you as a human being, and relate to you are so powerful. But they're also not the be all and end all. Let me pull into some of these comments here. But if it makes your channel grow, then good job. Yes. And then yeah, and this is if you start watching a video on Facebook within 30 seconds an ad comes on. Those are called, I'll give you some tips here. Those are called in-stream videos. And in-stream videos are very annoying, I also find. And let's go back to where at the beginning I was talking about video ad strategy and how you can use video ads to grow your audiences, people who are more engaged based on the volume of watch time, the amount of watch time. So if I'm trying to get people to watch 15 seconds or more of my videos so that I can then retarget them with my retargeting content that isn't necessarily as expensive, doesn't take me as much time, and I can be a little more casual about the retargeting content. I need an audience of people to retarget with. So if I'm creating those pillar pieces of content, circulating them out to my cold audiences of people to attract attention, and then if I am the advertiser in this conversation, so you're the viewer and you're saying it's frustrating when you're watching a video on Facebook and it gets interrupted with an ad. Yes. Well, guess what? That's one of the placements as an advertiser that depending on which strategy you're using, you may want to remove that placement, which is the in-stream videos. Remove the in-stream video placement from your Facebook ads so that you're not filling your audience with forced views. People who are legitimately not interested in what you have to offer, legitimately not interested in you, and just frustrated that your video interrupted what they were trying to watch. So that's one area to look out for. The other area to look out for forced video views is in the audience network. So if you have videos that are playing inside that audience network, let me pull this comment down. If you have in stream, you can turn them off. Exactly. If you have videos that are playing inside the audience network, same thing. You may be in an app. Someone's playing a game, for example, and in order for them to get to the next level of the game, they have to watch a certain amount of seconds of an ad video in order to advance. Well, those video views count toward your video views. Those video views count toward your audiences of video viewers that you are trying to retarget. So that might not play the best into your video marketing strategy. Depends. So just something to keep in mind. Yeah. And then, by the way, Justin, I really love the engagement. I like that you're commenting. I really appreciate that and sharing your experiences as well. So then we're digging into the anatomy of Facebook. Sorry, not just Facebook ads. We're digging into the anatomy of video ads. And based on all these factors I'm talking through and showing you, I'm trying to show you that when you show up to the table as an advertiser and you slap down one video, you go, all right, it's going to do all my work for me. It's going to do all my advertising for me. No, you don't need just one video. You need many. You need many pieces of content. And it can feel exhausting at first when you're trying to create all of these pieces of content. You don't have to do it all at once, but it's an evolution over time. And you can get yourself into a habit and into the flow of creating different types of videos. So let's talk about some of these different types of videos that you could be creating. So we have the talking head video, which is basically if I was, let me go graphics. Let me pull that down for a second here. So a talking head video, imagine if I was an ad. Hi, I'm Amanda Robinson. I'm the digital gal. I'm going to sell you product XYZ. Let me tell you about it. Blah, 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 blah. This is a talking head video. It's me, I'm a head, and I'm talking at you. That's a talking head video. That's one example of a type of content. You have explainer videos where you have a problem, you have a solution, you can walk people through an explanation. You can do it documentary style. There's lots of different ways that you can create an explainer video where you're basically explaining a problem. You have interview where imagine a video where you have, instead of a talking head, like me in front of you right now, what if I was on the side angle and somebody was asking me a question? I'm answering your question as though I'm being interviewed and telling you all about my wonderful experience. And then we cut to another person who's being asked the same question and they're giving their experience. And that's one example of an interview video. Another interview video is if you're doing, like, say, a live video and you have two people that are on screen who are being interviewed. or one interviewer talking to another. That's an interview style video. Then we have animated. You know those oh gosh, what are they called? Thinking about they're like they literally are an animated video. They animate as you speak. Gosh, it's like slipping my mind right now. But animated video is pretty self-explanatory. It's an animation. You're not a human talking on screen. There could be a voiceover. Then we also have slideshow videos. Slideshow videos are so simple. Here's the key. I think I've got a screen share I can share with you for a slideshow video. Let me share the screen here. Share screen. Start screen sharing, and I want to share not that. All right. So, yeah, you're seeing. Yeah, if I split this out into a new tab, and let me pull. Which one am I? Hide that. Okay, good. So now you can see my screen over here. So let me go over here and show you an example of a slideshow video. So if I pull, let me go view more variations. This is a really easy trick. It's taking static images and it's turning it into a video. So these are just, I know there's a lot of variations here. These are, maybe that's a little overwhelming to show you. Let me close that. Let me just play it here with the preview. So if I play that preview, it's literally just whatever it is, like 8 different images just rotating on 1 second. So you can edit that video. You can add different overlays. You can crop it. You can do all sorts of different tools with it. I can clear all of those and I can make new ones. Let's go, instead of adding a video, I can create a slideshow and I can pick a template. And then from within here, I can select images and I can add my images in. And that's creating a slideshow video. So let's stop share, bring myself back up here. So those slideshow videos, it's kind of like a nice little easy way to kind of cheat. You're not really cheating, but it's taking static images and it's just creating a slideshow. That slideshow counts as a video. That video counts toward video views. Those video views count toward your audience size and growth. That gives you an audience of people you can retarget. So there are tactics and strategies you could be using here, and it doesn't have to be incredibly, incredibly difficult. So let me pull that sample back up here. So talking head, explainer, interview, animated slideshow, very cheap and cheerful, very easy to create, very easy to use. And then of course, live video, which is what we're doing right now. So those are different types of videos that you could be using. So when I'm sitting here saying from an ads perspective, when you show up to the table and you smack down one single video and being like, all right, I'm ready for all of my advertising to ride on the backbone of this one video that may or may not work. No, your video marketing, the anatomy of your video ads, you can have an entire smorgasbord of different types of video content created in different ways that fall within different budget constraints. So if you're low budget, slideshow costs you next to no amount of effort, no time, very easy to put together. Talking head explainer videos, those can be a little more time consuming. You need to be scripted and have some good audio quality, good professional production value. So depending on what you want to produce, you can do that. And then that rolls back up into, well, what kind of content are you creating? Pillar content, I would probably put a little more budget, strategy, and time into. I wouldn't be using a slideshow as a piece of pillar content, for example. But if I'm doing repurposed content, heck yeah, slideshow all day long, all day, all night, go for it. So now let's talk about the different types of production. And I know I'm just touching on this again. We're picking apart the anatomy of video advertising. I'm showing you that all of these different pieces I'm showing you are kind of a mix and match. So you can mix and match them in any kind of way. So you have a cell phone. And when we're talking about video ads, I am basically desperate for content when it comes to working with business owners when they want their video ads done for them. I need content and I need volume of content. Why do I need a volume of content? Because what you provide me or what we work on to start with might not resonate with your audience the way that you had expected it would. But if we take that exact same type of content, reposition it, or package it differently, same content, same concept, repackage it a little bit differently, that has a potential to hit a home run. So these variations in content, when you use them for your advertising, you can really analyze the data and see which one is getting a higher amount of view time compared to another. So let's say, for example, I have a blog post and I want to promote that blog post. If I just take that blog post and dump it into Facebook and then try and put an ad on that blog post just as a link, chances are it's not going to perform very well and my cost per click is going to be quite high. So then let's talk about repurposing that with video content for video marketing and make it a more engaging concept. So I could take my cell phone and literally record myself talking about the top 3 level topics of that blog, summarize it, use that cell phone recorded video and use that on my page, use that for an ad. And it's a great way, again, getting human eye contact, getting human interaction to be able to give you packages, repackaging the same information. Instead of a written blog post, it's repackaging that same information into a video. I can also use all sorts of different apps. There are, especially with TikTok, by the way, you do not ever take a TikTok video and try and use that as a Facebook ad. It's not going to work. It's going to get rejected, first of all. Second of all, it's not going to get any circulation, even if it does get approved. Third, just don't. It's a different platform. It doesn't work. It doesn't work the same. So the algorithm, what I'm trying to say essentially is the algorithm will suppress it. So even if it does get approved, which it most likely will get rejected, the algorithm will suppress it. Plus, 9 times out of 10, TikTok videos that have been created are using copyright music that you can't use on Facebook anyway, which is why Facebook is not always the most fun place to play when it comes to video advertising. You get the point. So you can take that blog post, the concept, the content of it, repurpose it with a cell phone video. You can use an app. I like to use Video Leap by Enlight. So if you search Video Leap, it's a really great little app for your cell phone. Yes, it's a paid app, but it's not very expensive. But it's a very, very powerful video editor right on your phone that allows you to do vertical video as well as horizontal. But I find a lot of the apps only let you do horizontal. Vertical video is also a key piece of your strategy. So there are lots of different cell phone apps that you can use on your phone, on your iPad to create video marketing content. You can also use a template tool. So let me jump back into that screen share again here. Let's see if I can share screen. And let's share this screen again. And let me pull this down. Okay. So then you've got different tools, template tools. This is in video, for example. And I like to recommend this when you're creating Facebook ads because there are very, very easy templates in here that you can just grab. They're templated with text. You just replace the videos or images, and the stock library. So this is a very inexpensive tool. I think it's roughly about $10 a month on an annual plan. If you are doing this, you can grab any of these templates. They even have seasonal templates, and of course, today is April Fool's, so you can grab different themed templates. Let's go in and check it out here. Like this, for example. So this is a templated, it's a very low cost, very low cost, decent production value. And it's very easy for you to come in and swap things out. And when we talk about the video library, the stock video library that allows you to replace all of these videos, you don't have to be producing video right from your cell phone or have a high production value. You can basically piece it together in any way that you want. So let me stop that share, come back here. Let me check on your comments here. Let me see who's here. And Russell is saying, never thought about slides as an ad. Awesome. I love that. And we have, let's see, Apna Gamer. Hi, it's great to see you tuning in here. And then Justin is saying that you do blog posts, your views are very low. So then let's talk about that. So take the idea, the concept of those blog posts and repackage it. So you can repackage that content differently. So say, for example, you had if you post a blog post as a link, the algorithm doesn't love it. It's not going to like it. It's going to suppress that. But then if you take that concept and you repurpose it as a video and you put the link to the blog in the text part of that video, in the text portion of that, then the video has a higher chance of getting more views and more engagement and reaching further with the algorithm. And then say that's not working so well. Say you're just not great on camera that day, you're not feeling it, your audience isn't connecting with you in that format. Great. Then use a template, a tool like InVideo, or an app like I'm going to say Video Leap is the name of that app, Video Leap, and it's by Enlight. So you can just search Video Leap in the App Store to find that. So then you can try taking that blog content and that concept and repurpose it using one of those tools. So you see how there's kind of like a graduated scale of the different types of video content that you could be producing for your video ads, where you don't have to reinvent the content every single time. You can take that exact same blog post that you were talking about, say it's the top 10 ways to not get your Facebook ads rejected. I can take that and I could try pushing that out as a link to the blog, or I could try pushing that out as a talking head video, or like low production on my cell phone. I could try doing a template with something like InVideo that has text that advances the storyline. You can repurpose it in a lot of different ways. And then this is a great question as well. Where do you suggest to buy music? Haha, very, very good question, Angie, because yes, you can't just grab any music from anywhere and go and use it as an ad. It will get rejected. And that's because of all the copyright issues. So you have different libraries, different free libraries. I think YouTube has their own library. I believe somebody on YouTube, correct me if I am wrong, because I know we have a lot of YouTube folks in the house. Facebook has its own audio library. If you go into Creator Studio, you can download audio tracks from Facebook that they approve for you to use for free in your advertising. So that's in the Creator Studio in Facebook. Actually, why don't I just wander over there? And let me pull up a screen share and I can show you where to find that. Other things that I've used in the past, I like Soundstripe is another one that's a paid service, but it's been very helpful. And it's good to see you. Thank you. I'm glad that you're tuning in. And then we're saying use Restream. I stream Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitter. Isn't Restream fabulous? Like the fact that we have this studio to broadcast in and you can multi-stream to different channels all at the same time. It's really, really good. So if you want to check that out, you're going to want to head over to thedigitalgal.com/restream. I'm going to type that into the comments. Restream. And you can sign up. And it's free to sign up. And you can get in there and check out the studio that I'm broadcasting in right now. It's so easy. You should definitely check it out. And yeah, it's once you've kind of unlocked the potential and tapped into how easy it is with how easy the studio makes it, where this isn't a huge fancy production. Restream just makes it look good, in my opinion. So definitely check that out. Sign up for that if you can. And let me pull back up here. Where was I? Oh, yes, I was going to screen share for you. Let's get back to the screen share. I'm going to pull this caption down. I think I've got myself pulled up here. All right, let me go share screen. Share screen. I want to share the Facebook screen. Okay, so now you're seeing Facebook. On the left-hand side here, if you cruise on down to Creator Studio right here. We're going to move over into Creator Studio together here. And there's the Digital Gal on the left-hand side down here, Creative Tools. By the way, I'm just kind of doing this on the fly live. There it is. Okay, whew, I was like sitting here promising you that there's an entire free sound library over here in Creator Studio. There actually is. Sound collection right here. So you can go in here and you can check out different soundtracks. I'm not gonna lie. Well, I was gonna say there's not a lot of them, but it says here there are 8,410 tracks. So you can sort them in different ways, and it's pretty basic. It's not anything too spectacular, but it does exist there for you. Definitely good to know that that's there. Stop that share. Pull me back up. Check you guys out in your comments. Facebook mutes music, YouTube sends out a warning, but Twitter, no mute, no warning. So Twitter's like Twitter's where the party's at, and then Facebook and YouTube are policing themselves quite well. So from a video ads perspective, yeah, using audio that you have paid for. And you know what? This is a great opportunity to actually point out that depending on where you're building this video to go. If you're making this video to go on Facebook, for example, I'm really glad, Angie, that you brought this whole thing up about where to buy music. Because technically, if again, I'm all driven based on analytics and data on the actual numbers that I get my hands on, not just the concept of the what ifs, but the hard numbers are showing that about 90 to 95% of people are watching your videos without sound when they're an ad. So if you're putting a lot of time and effort trying to come up with a really cool video that has, really awesome cuts right at the beat, and you're trying to make it look phenomenal, expecting people are going to watch it with sound, they're not. Sorry for the lunch bag letdown. They're not. They're literally not watching your video with any sound. Build videos for ads as though they're a mime. Just assume people are not going to have any sound on that video whatsoever. So how can you accommodate that? Just pick any cheap, not low quality, but don't spend a ton of time trying to pick your stock music for your video, for your ads. It's okay. And if it's a talking head video, captions. I can't say that enough. If you're watching this on Facebook right now, I'm auto captioned. So you'll probably see captions on this live video as I'm talking. It's auto captioning what I'm saying. After the fact, if you're doing an ad outside of a live video, you can create a captions file for that video. When you upload it, you can auto generate captions inside Facebook. And then you can edit those captions to catch any spelling mistakes, spelling variations. Let me tell you, you don't really know. You get to know yourself really well when you start uploading captions for your own video ads. I say all the time, I don't ever say I'm going to. I always say I'm gonna. And I know that because every time I clean up my captions for my Facebook ads, I have to clean up that gonna. It spells it Gunna. I'm gonna show you how to. I'm gonna take you over here. I'm like, it just bugs me because I know I have to go and self-edit my captions every single time. But and I just change it to going to. And then things like the digital gal sometimes turns into the digital girl. It's the digital gal. Come on, Facebook. You know me. So captions, you can auto caption, but if it's a talking head video or if you have a voiceover script, create that video assuming nobody's going to watch with sound and add that voiceover or add the script as captions, auto generate those captions. Or if you don't like the really poor quality of Facebook captions, don't get me wrong, it's a great tool. It does an okay job, but I have caught profanity in a client's auto caption video before with Facebook ads. So it's not the best. So then there are other tools that you can use like rev.com. Rev.com is another one. Let me go. I don't know if that, let me go. I'll dump this in. There we go. So if you want to check out rev.com for captions, I just drop that into the comments. That Rev is actually captioned by humans, and they usually have about a 1 hour turnaround time for small videos for Facebook ads. It's very, very useful, very helpful, really great. And then we have a question coming in here. I'm assuming this is about captions, as in how does it work, where to put it in. All right, let's go take a look. Let's go head back over to Facebook, and I will show you an example. Let's go. I might as well just share. You're going to walk through it with me. This is the power of live video. And share screen. Let's go screen share. And I would like to share Ads Manager. Okay, let's wander back over here together. Let me close that guy. Confirm, you can go away. And let's pretend we're going to add a video in here. I don't know if I have any talking videos. Am I talking in these ones? Hopefully I am. And then edit video captions. Does it give me the auto captions? No, in here it's making me upload my own for it for this video ad. But let's go back over to Creator Studio and let's go into Content Library. We've got posts. This is live right this second. Let's go into, I don't know if I have any, everything I do is live right now. Let me see if it will let me edit the captions. I would like to edit my video. Let's go back. It won't let me edit this video because it's not an upload, it's a live. Let me find, when's the last time I did an uploaded video that was not live? Here we go. Or was that one live? No. And I'm just bumbling my way through this on live video, of course. If I go create post with video, let's try this. Nope, doesn't give me everything. All right, I'll have to show you at a later date. But what in that video editor, if I were to go and upload a video, let's upload a single, for example, let's go, let me take you in here. If it'll load up for me. Let's go YouTube. So if you're uploading a video, there we go. We've got our video uploader. And then we have a section down here called captions. And right now, captions are auto-generating. They're auto-generated to on. So it's going to auto-generate these captions. And once those captions are in and uploaded, I'll be able to go back in here and there'll be an edit button here where I can actually go in and edit those captions and go line by line by line and edit them for what they're saying. So I'm going to stop share there. I'm probably going to stop. I'm going to kill that tab so I'm not killing my leave page, not killing the strain on my computer, because my computer is, it's due for a little replacement here. So then, yes, so that's what we were talking about as far as how to go and do the captions. If you go and use a service like rev.com and get captions through that, it's going to give you an SRT file. And that SRT file has all the timestamps and text. And you can download that, and then you can just go upload that into the video editor for a higher accuracy, so less time spent going line by line trying to edit. Good. I feel like we're showing you some of the tools here that are kicking around. And last but not least, so we talked about the different types of production that you could be doing. So before I move on to that last slide that I have here, just recapping here, you can mix and match any of these. So mix and match if you're creating pillar content, retargeting content to people who have some familiarity with you, so you don't have to go, high production value, but you can make it a little more casual and a little more friendly, or repurposed content where you're taking content you've already done and just chopping it up into little bits and sprinkling that into other posts and other platforms. So you have your type of content that you're creating. Then you have what type of video is it going to be? How are you going to, what is it, what format would you like to choose? And then what are you going to use to produce it? So you can take all of those concepts and almost like kind of like a spin the wheel, just mix and match. But you can actually mix and match a whole bunch of those bits and pieces depending on how much budget you have, how much time you have. And then from that, you can create multiple different types of content, multiple pieces of content. You can do a lot of those based on the exact same information within your content, so that you're not having to reinvent the wheel every single time. But you do need, for the purpose of video advertising, you need variety. And that's on the Facebook side. On the YouTube side, your YouTube content is probably going to be on this, leaning toward the side of pillar content that you've invested some dollars into, that you have scripted, that you've intentionally put together with a formula, a storyline, and everything. Those are going to perform better for you. But on the Facebook ad side of things, depending on what the purpose is, are we trying to, actually, that's where this slide comes in handy. What's the purpose of what we're trying to do? So at the top of the funnel, we're trying to attract people. The bottom of the funnel, we are trying to sell to people. Middle of the funnel, we are retargeting. So we're retargeting people and keeping them warm so that we're moving them into the possibility of sales. So depending on what stage you are catering to, you're going to craft your video content very differently. And say we're at this top of the funnel stage right up here. Well, our goal of that video is going to be very different than down at the bottom for sales. So at the top, my ultimate goal is I just want people to watch 3 seconds or more of that video. Because if I can get them to watch 3 seconds or more, then they are getting added onto my audience of people that I can retarget. So if I can get them to watch the video, then I have an audience of people I can retarget, and I can keep warming them up and get them to watch longer view times and use that as a part of my marketing strategy to eventually introduce them to getting them onto my website, getting them onto my email list. Yeah, exactly. Your top is just like fishing. You're like fishing. It's figuring out the bait. Okay, this is such a great analogy. I love this. So it's like figuring out the bait. If you don't know what the fish are biting on, you don't know what they're actually interested in or what they have an appetite for right now, you have to figure out what that bait is. So are you going to load up your whole boat and all your gear and everything and head out for an entire day of fishing with just one piece of bait or one type of bait and that's it? No, you're going to have a medley of different kinds so that you can experiment and figure out what's working. So that's like your video content. Instead of looking at it as in I just need one video and that's what I'm going to put all of my marketing dollars behind and expect it's going to do all the work for me. No, you got to figure out your bait. So don't spend a ton of money and a ton of time trying to figure out what works. Spend the time creating some variety of that content, having a handful of different pieces of content that you can use for your ads to put out there and see what works. Once you have an idea of what's working, then take that content and then you can build that out into more pillar content. So where you're investing the marketing dollars and the time and energy and effort into that. As people are moving down and we get so middle of the funnel, you just want to keep people, you want to stay top of mind. You want to get back out in front of them. They might not be ready to buy right then, right there, but you want to let people know you're here, you're present, you're relevant, you are competitive so that if you're not showing up and your competitors are all the time, you are becoming old news. So even if someone's not ready to buy right in this minute, leveraging video content to retarget people based on how much time they've watched your videos for is a great way to stay top of mind, stay present, and you don't have to invest a lot of dollars into that. That's where things like using those apps, an app to create some videos, use a templated tool, use your cell phone and just show up. Just show up on video, get back out in front of them. Because after 365 days of them not watching videos of you anymore, they fall off the back end of that audience and you can no longer retarget them. Keep your retargeting audiences fresh. Continue to serve video content, keep people watching, set your baseline goal of, okay, if I got them to watch 3 seconds, now your job is let's get them over the 10-second line. Okay, now let's get them over the 15-second line. So if you're really only working in that, you've got 3 seconds to hook them, you've got 10 seconds is a mediocre amount of view time, 15 seconds is kind of your goal, then why are you producing a 3-minute video and waiting until you get to the 3-minute mark to hook people or give them the call to action or tell them what you want them to do? You really have the majority of that activity is going to happen in that first 15 seconds. So you've got to hook. And it's not easy. It's different for everybody. And I'm certainly not perfect at it. But I'm not perfect at it personally, but I have the leverage of being able to see the analytics and data in multiple different Facebook ads accounts across multiple countries. So I can see the consistencies and I can see the pitfalls where people are getting stuck. And then, and then we've got bottom of the funnel, where those videos that you're creating at the bottom of the funnel that are geared toward actually making that sale, yeah, people are going to watch them longer. Why? Because you are serving this to your warm people. You are not serving this to your cold people to attract them. If you're trying to go from attracting people all the way to sales in one video, good luck. It can be done. I'm not saying it can't be done, but good luck. You're a unicorn if that's happening. You're very unique. So starting to think about your video content through all of these different lenses, just map it out. So when you go at it with a plan and a strategy, so that you're not just, showing up knowing that you've got a great product you want to sell and saying, I'm just going to make one video and sell it. It's very difficult to do that. Different types of content are like different pieces of bait. They fit more appropriately into all of these different areas. You said, I think I'm old news, so I need to flesh ideas. All of these little pieces can help you with brainstorming. Press record, start talking. So all of these ideas, like let me just recap all of these again very quickly for you. And then we'll talk about contests and giveaways and giving you guys some cool stuff. So yeah, if we're again just the concept of you can have a very creative video. And I see lots of people who are video creators or who are hiring a video production house, and they're making these very cinematic, wonderful, like if you were actually sitting down eating a bowl of popcorn and watching from start to finish, it would be a very creative, beautiful piece. In the world of ads, if I take that creative piece and I try and shove it into an ad, and you've got a logo up front or something else that's prohibitive to actually hooking people, then you're pouring your marketing dollars down the drain. So be cautious, just keep that in mind. Create video content with a purpose of knowing that you're playing the game against the algorithm, and you're bidding for attention span. So that's got to be your primary objective, and then the actual content that you're putting in there is somewhat secondary. Then depending on the focus on what is this video going to serve? Is it serving as pillar content that we've invested a lot of time and energy into? Is it retargeting content to just keep us warm and top of mind? Or is it repurposed content where I'm taking the work I've already done and just repurposing it across multiple different platforms, again, so that you are staying top of mind and present and relevant? And then figure out what kind of video you want to produce. And then out of that, figure out what tools you're going to use to produce it. So you can use any of those combinations to really figure out how you're going to create content that will serve the different needs of the different parts of your marketing funnel. Whew, that's a lot of information. Ultimately, from the anatomy of a video ad, there is no right way or wrong way. But there are different things you can try to experiment to improve your results. And you're not going to know what those results are going to look like until you put yourself out there and you try. And video advertising is not easy. It's there's a, like you saw, there's a lot of different components that you can have in it, and that's okay. But the fact that you are getting out there and you are trying is very important, because once you start to get some data coming back on paper to see, okay, that video only people were dropping off like flies once they hit the 5-second mark. Go and analyze it. What do we have at the 5-second mark? Oh, we had a logo. All right, why don't we take that same video, kill the logo, and let's retry it again. Or if you have a video that has a really great script and a really great concept, but you just have a slideshow of images that are lasting 5 seconds each on screen, then into the next one, try and take that and actually have a human read that script. Put a face on screen. Try. Just set your limits, work within your comfort zone, but then try and push yourself a little outside of that comfort zone here and there. Volume of content is going to be your best friend when it comes to advertising, for sure. So we've got, let's pull this up here. At the very beginning of this, broadcast, I gave a super secret special keyword to the replay viewers. I'm going to give you guys that super special secret keyword again. It's spectacular. So if you use the word spectacular, and if you're commenting with the word spectacular on any of the posts, keyword here, on the Digital Gal Facebook page. So not wherever you're seeing this broadcast. I'm broadcasting with Restream. You might be on YouTube right now. You might be in a Facebook group. You might be in all sorts of different places. But if you wander on over to the Digital Gal's Facebook page, facebook.com/the Digital Gal, then you'll have the opportunity to type in the word spectacular, and you will get a very special opportunity to chat with my BF, my bot friend, and get a very special gift sent to you in the mail. So you can check that out if you like gifts, and if you like contests, you like fun things, and you want to get notified when these shows are going live, you want to get on that email list. How do you do that? You wander on over to thedigitalgal.com/contest, and I have another one of these lovely Digital Gal pink Kate Spade purses that I will be giving away in 2 weeks. So if you want a chance to get in on that, you definitely want to head over to thedigitalgal.com/contest. And of course, if you haven't had the chance to sign up for Restream, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? We're talking about video advertising and video marketing. We were talking a lot about video ads and producing recorded video. But you can't discount the power of live video and how this basically jacks the algorithm and gets so much more circulation at so much lower cost compared to trying to do video advertising the traditional way. So if you are not experimenting with live streaming, you are going to want to try it, and you should definitely try signing up for a Restream account. It's free to sign up. Go check it out. There is a pro version where you can upgrade to have even more features, but just get your hands in there, get your hands on a basic account and just check it out. And you can see that I'm not making it up. It literally is this easy. All right. And with that, let's see. We've got one more question popping in here. Is it better to shoot vertical video separately, or can this be created from existing content? Yeah, you can repurpose existing content. So that's if you're going to want to repurpose video content in the future in a vertical format. Like look at my format right now where I'm right in the center. You could crop me square if you wanted to, and this is still relevant. I'm not getting cut off. But if I am set up where I'm like over here, just chat with you from over here, uh yeah, keep the screen clean for sure. So if you're trying to shoot and repurpose it in vertical or in horizontal, just pre-plan if you're going to do that, and make sure you keep your subject and everything, all the action happening right in the middle, so that you can either go full width or you can go vertical, and it's quite handy when you do that. And that does come in handy. I don't think I touched on this one part. If you do have a video that is in 4:5 aspect ratio, 4:5, and you use that for your ads, that works. It ends up pulling into basically full screen in stories, and it shows almost in full format in the news feed. So that's a really nice way to kind of get around that. And then we've got, there's more than one digital girl on Facebook. It's because I'm the digital gal on Facebook. Let me type it in. Facebook.com, the digital gal. You might be seeing my groups as well, but I just typed that into the comments there. So you should be able to see that, facebook.com/the digital gal. And yeah, I would love it if you popped on over there, typed in that super secret keyword, spectacular, and got the chance to chat with my BF, my bot friend, and get something special sent out to you in the mail. And I do mail that out internationally, so I don't care where you're tuning in from. Yeah, I want everybody to get the chance. This is my version of branching live video, digital into physical, where, yeah, you actually get to get something in your hands from me personally, where I actually physically, I've written it out and I put it in the mail and I give it to you. Because how often do you get stuff in your inbox, especially when we're talking to each other right here, right now, like this? With that, I want to mention that there are a ton of replays happening now. Let me just pull this up here. Voila. There are a lot of replays. We're several episodes into the video marketing show now. I have 2 shows a week, video marketing show. The other one is what in the ads is going on. So if you want to geek out with me on Facebook ad side of things, you're going to want to catch that show every Wednesday. This show is every Thursday where we geek out on video marketing. There's so much information in those replays. So make sure you sign up for that email newsletter by going to thedigitalgal.com/contest, and you'll get signed up for the contest and on my email list. So you'll know when I'm going live so that I can geek out with you. Thank you very, very much for spending your time with me today. I appreciate you so much. I know I've gone a little overtime here, so I'm going to throw on my outro, and I will see you same time, same place next week. Thank you. I'm Amanda Robinson. I am the Digital Gal, signing off.